You might have seen the new MLK statue in Boston. Some people have noticed a phallic interpretation.
You
Others
couldn't help but notice a phallic interpretation.
Others have just called it hideously ugly. I remain part of that category. I don't think there's any possible redeeming explanation for it. And yet somehow CNN's Don Lemon and the sculptor himself twisted themselves and to actually blame the people who are noticing how terrible the sculpture is and what it shows around on them. Here's their defense. Let's take a listen.
Look at the hands in the picture and then look at that. The art piece designed by conceptual artist Hank Willis Thomas only features a couple's arms during the embrace and not their heads, which has sparked a mixed reaction.
It's not the missing heads that's the atrocity, although people glam onto that. It's a stump that looks like a penis. That's a joke.
Look at this. Look, YouTubers, I'm sorry, but that looks like a giant penis right there. I'm sorry, it does.
I think the artist did a great job. I'm satisfied, but it represents something that brings people together.
All right, not sure why we played some of that because it's just obviously trolls. But listen, joining us now is conceptual artist behind the statue, Hank Willis Thomas. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hank, how are you?
Welcome to
Good to
CNN
see you.
this
I got to
morning.
tell you, I saw the small version and the concept beforehand at a dinner, and I thought it was fantastic. There are lots of people who think it's fantastic. Okay, so a couple of rapid-fire questions. So you're happy with it?
Oh, over the joke.
There are no plans to modify or change it?
No.
Would you do that if asked?
I mean, by who?
Right.
I mean, because this is a piece that was selected by the people of Boston. And this is not Hank just came and put something. Thousands of people worked on this. Thousands of people actually put it together, and no one saw this, I would say, perverse perspective. And I mean, to bring that to the King's legacy and to dictate the making of art and the celebration of them was really strange for me.
I think it's, I mean, obviously, you see what you want, as Poppy said, in the art. And I think sometimes the most compelling art is the controversial art.
Wow, yeah, so apparently it's a Rorschach test. Hundreds of people worked on it and never saw it. So then they're idiots and they should all be fired at their job.
So,
Can you believe they spent $10 million on this thing?
I mean,
yeah.
Listen, for the sculptor, I understand defending your work. For CNN,
what's wrong
why
with you?
are you doing this?
Right.
And it's like, yeah, if you saw this as looking like a giant dick, because literally everyone from a certain angle was like, that looks like a giant dick, that's really on you. That's about what's in your head.
You know, there's a lot to say about this that I don't really get. And look, I don't want to be like controversial or whatever, but you know, the whole thing is supposed to like honor the king's marriage and like, you know, the whole like love for each other thing. And I'm not going to go into all the details, but it's not like that exactly was the best thing. Also, why does that really have anything to do with MLK's legacy? You know, the whole point was that his personal life should be separate, I guess, from his actual achievements during the civil rights era. And then finally is like a modern art perspective. I know I'm not using the term modern. Technically, what is it, postmodern or whatever? It's like, just put up a statue of the two of them. Like, why is everything so like interpretive these days?
How?
What's wrong with a statue of them hugging each other clearly with their faces?
Them. Yes.
Yeah.
How did this get through?
Yeah.
Like, he said many people were involved. No one was like, guys, this is going a little
I think
sideways.
they were afraid of being accused of being racist. Honestly, I really think that's what it is. They think you're,
you know,
like,
people are
they're gonna
like,
call you a racist if you think that the statue looks like shit. And,
people are
literal shit. In some cases.
anti-confrontational too.
Yeah.
So they're like, if everyone else is like, yeah, it's great, it's amazing, they're like, yeah, totally, I love it. There were a couple of other moments though that I liked in this clip. First of all, Don Lemon at the top, you know, they play like a couple of people including Megyn Kelly being like, it looks like a giant dick. Mm-hmm. And it's like, those are trolls. I don't even know why we played it. Like the only people who would, and it also almost turns it into like this kind of partisan thing.
Yeah.
Like only right-wing trolls would say the statue was terrible. And it's like, no, literally anybody with eyeballs looking at this thing would say that it's terrible and it's an embarrassment. That's number one. Number two, I like the humble brag, the subtle humble brag from Don Lemon at the top there. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
He's like, I got an advanced view of it, and I thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Come on. And the bigger point, which is that CNN made a big show of rearranging their like morning show, and this is supposed to be Chris Lick's big imprint on the network because he comes from morning TV. this show is way worse than what they used to have. Way worse.
That's true.
I mean, it was not great with the other two hosts. I'm not saying it was amazing. It wasn't doing that well in the ratings, but it was way better than whatever this
I got
is.
a soft spot for John Berman. He always treated you
Same.
well.
Always,
and, you know,
always very nice to
He
me.
seemed like a nice guy.
Yes, nice guy. You know, had me on a bunch of times during the Sanders campaign, and whatever this. And apparently, Caitlyn and Don Lemon apparently like hate each other.
Yeah,
it
you can
seems
tell.
Like. It's like very clear on
Yeah,
here, so
yeah.
it's going well over there.
Sorry. All right, we'll see you later.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.